Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Kathy Rain to Soothsayer. And we are here in the chill jazz vibes of the Club of Hearts, and after a little bit of a haiku session, we are now talking to Hannah Verdu, and we have a lot of questions to ask her, so let's just go down the line as usual and see what info we can get.
What do you know about the Soothsayer?
I don't know much about the murders, but as a person with an ear to the ground culturally, I've noticed a shift.
Yeah? In what way?
People are more nervous, distrustful, on edge. The subject matter expressed on stage has been darker, too.
Yeah, I can see that. Serial killers tend to put a damper on things. Do you know Deborah Sinclair?
Of course. Lovely woman. She will be missed.
You knew her personally, I take it?
A little, but I wouldn't call us more than acquaintances. She was fascinated by my journey to become a woman, though. He even considered writing a book about the subject.
Oh, interesting. Could that have been what her next novel was about?
I doubt it. Last I heard, it was some story about a mental institution, but I don't know the details.
Interesting.
Do you know anything about the young woman who was burned to death by the Soothsayer up on Constance Hill?
One thing comes to mind. Have you read up on the history of Constance Hill?
I've been meaning to.
Well, in the old days, that place was a famous site for burning witches at the stake.
Oh, right. Doesn't the name itself come from some woman who died there too?
Yes. Constance Phillips. She was one of the last women executed for witchcraft in America.
Interesting. So it would seem that Jane Doe met a similar fate.
Sadly, yes.
Do you know anything about Benedict Townsend, the deacon killed by the Soothsayer?
Honey, men of the cloth and I run in different circles, to say the least.
Still just trying to find what connects all these people.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Nothing much. I was acutely ignorant of them until the Soothsayer brought them into the limelight.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
Never heard of it.
What do you know about Eric Holloway, the second Soothsayer victim?
Nothing much. I'd just be regurgitating common knowledge.
What do you know about Rose Taylor, the first Soothsayer victim?
Nothing revelatory, I'm afraid. Just what we've all read in the papers.
I think I really need to start keeping track of the order of the killing. So it was Rose and then Eric. I'll have to check the paper again.
Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
Never heard of it.
Pyre. Someone told me that you might be able to get that?
Ah, a fellow connoisseur. Sorry to disappoint, but I haven't been able to procure pyre. Not for a lack of trying.
Damn. Well, if somebody like you can't get it, it's gotta be impossible.
I never claimed to have superpowers, darling. But from what I have gathered, a curious nameless duo is behind pyre. A man and a woman.
Interesting. What can you tell me about them?
Very little. The man is supposedly tall, bold, and an intimidating figure. The woman stays in the background, from what I understand. There are rumors circulating about their unusual behavior, too. Apparently, they are quite picky with their clientele, conducting some sort of interviews to separate the wheat from the chaff.
Strange. How close have you come to tracking these people down?
Not very. My best lead is a graffiti artist by the name FaZe. That's F-A-Z-E.
Okay. What's his deal?
Well, the word on the street is that he had direct contact with the pyre dealers, and his experience with pyre had a profound effect on him. Supposedly, he's quite obsessed with it.
I see. Know where to find him?
Alas, I don't.
Well, this is still very useful information. Thanks.
Now, we've seen his work over the city during our investigation, so... Watch it be that guy that we ended up tasing up on the hill.
So, what's your deal, Hannah? You come from a wealthy family, right?
Oh, how dull. I've enjoyed our little foray so far, and this is my leisure time. Let's not turn this into a boring interview.
This is a nice place you've got here.
Thank you, darling. It's just a little pet project of mine. I've always been fascinated by language, and in my opinion, there is no purer form of language than poetry.
Does the name Rachel Wang mean anything to you?
No, I have no recollection of that name.
Do you know who Tabitha Caldwell is?
No, I'm not familiar with that person.
We don't need to talk about that.
And no info on FaZe.
No. Let's not show the owner of the club my fake membership card.
She may appreciate it, though.
I don't want to share that with her. What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Nothing much.
Already got that info.
What do you think about this?
Huh? Oh, somebody gave you pointers on what kind of poetry I like?
Seems that way. Any idea who wrote this?
Oh, really?
Not really. I'm vocal about my preferences, so it could be almost any of the regulars.
I didn't even pay attention to I guess we just kind of forced our way through that just with some good vibes.
Gearing up for Pride, darling?
Something like that. I don't want to share that with her.
Okay.
No need to ask about that.
Bartender.
Your bodyguard is pretty intimidating.
Oh, Lee. He may look like a killer, but he's a sweetheart. He's been with my family for a long time.
This is a nice place you've got here.
Thank you, darling. I've always been fascinated.
Think we are done here.
All right. I have places to be. See you around.
Enjoy the rest of your night, darling.
We're gonna have to go back to Constance Hill or go back to anywhere where we've seen FaZe's
All right.
work.
I think I've got what I needed from here. Time to head back, but I'll stop by Lucas's place on my way home.
I'm wondering if it's more satisfying to see things added to the notebook or see things removed from the notebook. I think things removed. Hey.
Wish I could have seen that performance. Never figured you for the artistic type.
When there's this much money on the line, my type tends to be of the flexible variety.
Wow, sounds like it paid off. This Verdú person give you some good info, right?
Oh, you betcha. Let's talk. So, Rose Taylor. I've made a little progress, but I was hoping for more.
All right. If you want, we can try to untangle it together.
Well, okay. Apparently, she was fired for screwing a patient, but that person is no longer at the facility for reasons unknown.
That would explain the failed marriage. She's caught in the act, they fire her, the husband files for divorce.
Right.
Makes sense. And then sometime after that, she's murdered in the azure sky by this lover of hers, possibly?
If the husband was cleared, this paramour, if released at the time, would certainly be a prime suspect, yes.
Surely the KPD must have been swarming him like flies on a turd then.
Indeed. My source at the KPD said no arrests yet. So either patient X isn't our guy, or he's a slippery fuck, and they simply don't have enough on him.
Okay, good to know.
I wonder if the tall, bald guy they were talking about regards to Pyre is the dude from the first game.
This Pyre business is just getting stranger and stranger.
Yeah? How so?
I learned today that the dealers don't just give out the drug for free. Their clientele has to pass some sort of test first.
Yes, I've heard those rumors too. The drug dealers quiz the junkies before they get a fix. Bizarre.
Bizarre indeed. This is looking more and more like organized experiments.
I agree. It seems like these dealers are carrying out a deliberate plan. The question is, was murder always part of that equation?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question.
And we could definitely use $1 million.
Do you happen to know a lady by the name of Caldwell?
No. Should I?
If you're interested in solving the Soothsayer case, yeah.
Bold words. Care for a trade?
Maybe. Let's keep talking and we'll see. Have you been able to learn anything about the people behind Pyre?
Nada. They're a fickle bunch. You?
I did hear that it's supposed to be a man and a woman working together.
Small progress, I suppose.
Does the name FaZe mean anything to you?
It does, actually. Do you have his real name?
Nope. I just found out that he existed an hour ago.
Then I'm one step ahead of you on that one. Quid pro quo?
How about Caldwell for FaZe?
Deal. You first.
Fine. So there's this old African-American lady, Tabitha Caldwell. She owns a flower shop, Tabby's Garden. She was fingerprinted in the 1960s for some stupid, harmless crime. Now get this. Her prints ended up on an obsidian shard that I picked up in Deborah's cabin, right next to where the last murder occurred.
Holy moly, is our killer an old lady florist? Sounds pretty far-fetched. But maybe that's how she's been able to evade the authorities.
My thoughts exactly.
Well, don't leave me hanging. Have you followed up yet?
We'll get there. Your turn.
All right. FaZe's real name is Corey Finnegan. He's one of those underground anarchist types. A junkie graffiti artist with no fixed address. His name kept popping up when I was doing research on Pyre. Supposedly, he has met the dealers in person.
Nothing new to me except his name. Surely the bombshell I just handed you is worth more than that.
I'll tell you what. I got a few contacts looking for Finnegan. If I hear anything about his whereabouts, I'll let you know.
All right, Tabitha. I went to her shop, and I shit you not, she's got actual obsidian mirrors for sale right up front.
Whoa. Either we found the most arrogant killer of all time, or...
These were accidental prints left on mirrors that the Soothsayer bought from her at some point.
For sure.
Did you confront her?
No, I didn't want to tip my hand so soon. I plan to follow up on my other leads first.
Good idea. Even if she's involved in the murders, you need a stronger case to hand over to the KPD. Lots to think about.
Also, I think Tabby would kill us dead. Corey FaZe Finnegan. Okay.
I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about that. I don't want to ask him about... I don't want to ask...
Oh, don't even want to show him the good mirror?
What's that?
Not quite.
Never...
Okay, we already went through that.
Someone keeps leaving me these weird-ass notes.
Bizarre. I can't make much sense of this.
And we already went over everything else. Is that pretty much it?
Okay, that should be everything.
Understood. I'll be up for a while longer if you come up with more things to discuss.
Great, I'll keep that in mind.
So what do we got here? Oh, we're completely checked off for the day. Huzzah! Double check to make sure nothing is new in the office. No, I think we're good. Wait. Before we do, what was the second note again?
The Queen King of Two Suits longs for human connection and non-conformity, yet is caught in a painful loop of self-destruction. T. Huh. That sounds like Hannah Verdue. Curious.
Okay, so we really need to pay attention to these notes and kind of just figure out what the link is. All right. Back
All right,
up.
that's all I had for today. Same time tomorrow?
Sure, but I might be a bit late. There's this place I'm scoping out. But you know, for a non-team, we're not doing so bad, are we?
I guess not. Goodbye, Lucas.
Bye, Kathy.
I'm still hoping good things for you, Lucas. I doubt there's going to be, but...
Hey, you little menace. Miss me? You better.
Oh, there's our cop connection.
What now?
Hey, how about that drink? Beautiful.
Jesus, Josh, buddy, it's late. Maybe another time, all right?
You know what I fucking think?
No, but I have a feeling you're gonna tell me.
There's never gonna be a fucking another time, is there? You'll just keep squeezing whatever you can out of people. It's what you do.
Ooh.
Let's talk about this when you're sober. You need a bed, Josh, not more drinks.
Why? You got one, yours available? It's the least you could do, seeing as what your little fucking stunt cost me.
What are you babbling on about? The fingerprint thing?
Did he get fired?
Yeah, they suspended me. Why do you think I'm shit-faced like this? I ace up my ass, and those bastards want to make an example out of me. I could lose my job.
Shit, that sucks. But I didn't force you to do anything, did I?
That's so... so easy for you to say. You knew I still got a thing for you. You knew you could use me. Like you use everyone.
You've known me since high school, Josh. I've always been a bitch. Miss a fucking memo?
I guess it seemed like you changed. I don't know why.
People never change, Josh. They just get better at hiding their inner asshole. Go home before I call some actual cops.
Jesus, Kathy.
Christ almighty, what a train wreck. Time to get our asses to bed, Mildred.
Hope you have a really bad nightmare tonight. Ooh, let's see. Well, that's Saturn.
Saturn and Venus. They're impossibly large. This can't be right. That doesn't seem to matter right now.
Oh no, it matters right now. Just imagine all the cool stuff we could see. Ugh.
The city of Gleam. The place I'm terrified I'm meant to be.
Fire pit. Okay. Anything else here?
Ugh. What's burning? It stings my eyes.
My name is a room.
Oh my god. Are you Jane Doe?
That's not my name. My name is a room.
I don't understand.
You will. When you reach our house, you will.
Looked like the dude who ended up becoming the Lich King in World of Warcraft. Poetry Queen. Finished day 3.
All right, time to track down Corey Finnegan.
The one thing, and I'll go on a slight, not really a tangent, but, and this goes with any character. When you make unlikable characters, which I think Kathy definitely kind of fits that. Another great example, because they're cut from a very similar cloth, is Jessica Jones. you have a tightrope to walk in terms of making an unlikable character, but you have to be careful making her so unlikable that you don't necessarily care about her story anymore. Like, a great example for me is Jessica Jones season 1. Perfect, because she had such a legit reason for acting the way she did, and you were still rooting for her at the end with Kilgrave. Jessica Jones season 2, she came off even more unlikable, and to the point that I think a lot of people kind of tuned out of the story. I'm all for unlikable characters, but they have to have some sort of development where they learn something along the way. I don't know. It's a really fine line to walk. We'll see if they were able to stay on that line over the course of this game. We'll go check our messages. Ooh, Mildred's on the couch. And we got another note.
Hey, it's Lucas. I just heard back from an informant of mine. And apparently our boy FaZe was sighted downtown this morning. You know, near the pawn shop. All right, kid, we're even.
Perfect. I gotta head there right away. Maybe the guy's still around.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'll let her sleep in peace. Here we go again. Pattern. Stab, fall, hang, burn. Mirrors are portals. Inception occurred in 1995. T. 1995? No, it can't be. Is this all connected to what happened in Conwell Springs?
Oh, yeah. So stab, fall, hang, burn. That's the way the different victims were killed. So we need to keep in track of that because there's probably going to be a puzzle or something involved where we need to keep notice that pattern. So if I remember correctly, Jane Doe. Let's see. Jane Doe was burned. Benedict was hanged. Eric Holloway fell, and Deborah was stabbed. So as long as we keep that, under our hat, we should be okay. Also, regarding what I was saying earlier, I think the fact that we're actually controlling Kathy helps in her case. Downtown.
Hey, Corey, right?
Only Ma calls me that. It's FaZe, homegirl.
Sure thing. FaZe homegirl.
You one of those sassy-ass chicks, huh?
I've been known to mouth off on occasion. But wait a minute, you look familiar.
Huh? What are you on about? The FaZe ain't ever seen you before.
Yeah, you're that raving lunatic I electrocuted up on Constance Hill.
Called it.
Damn, that was you? Oh man, my bad. I was fucked up that day. No doubt, yo.
No shit you were. You better keep your distance, buddy.
Oh, come on, I'm all good now. I just had a tiny little pick-me-up this morning. That's it, I swear.
Uh-huh. At least you're lucid enough for a fucking conversation.
You got me good, though, no joke. Look at this sick bump on my head, and I still can't feel some toes on my foot, for real.
Well, you had it coming. Look, FaZe, people have been saying that you're a guy with some useful information.
Oh, yeah, I guess the FaZe knows a thing or two. Alright then, speak.
What do you know about the Soothsayer?
That crazy killer? Nothing. FaZe ain't that much of a creep.
FaZe loves to refer to himself in the third person.
What do you know about Deborah Sinclair, the latest Soothsayer victim?
Look, I know nothing about no murders,
What do you know about Jane Doe, the fourth Soothsayer victim?
Look, I know nothing.
Okay, fine.
What do you know about scrying mirrors?
Huh? The what mirrors?
Never mind.
I have a feeling here that FaZe is only going to let us know about Pyre and really nothing else.
Are you familiar with the King of Kings Catholic Church?
Nope, never went in a church since Catholic school. Fuck that shit.
Do you know the Azure Sky Motel?
Sure, stayed there a few years back.
You heard there was a Soothsayer murder there, right?
Oh shit, that was the place? Nah, I didn't know that.
I've been told you scored some Pyre. Is that right?
Oh man, yes, just once. I'd do anything to feel that high again.
Yeah? What's so special about it?
You'd have to be a junkie to understand. The FaZe has tried every psychedelic under the sun. LSD, DMT, shrooms, none of them compare to Pyre. Mind at large, pure and simple.
Mind at large? What does that mean?
That we have like a filter in our brains, keeping us from seeing what's really out there. Drugs like Pyre numb that filter, allowing us to see alternate realities, astral realms, all kinds of wild shit, yo.
Interesting. And what did Pyre make you see?
Man, most of it can't be described with words. One thing is burned into my mind though. The eye. The eye of the universe staring back at me. I never believed in a god before, but now I ain't so sure.
How did you get Pyre in the first place? It seems hard to come by.
The Pyre dealers came to me. Makes sense, I've been a steady dope fiend for 15-something years now. Guess they went with the tried and true, huh?
Right. I've also heard rumors about some kind of interview. Is there any truth to that?
Oh yeah, those fuckers asked all sorts of questions. About my childhood, dramas, and whatnot. Wasn't no problem for me to yap about. The FaZe is an open book.
Curious. Does the name Rachel Wang mean anything to you?
Nah, never heard of that chick.
So now he's doing work about this eye of the universe. He ran into Azathoth.
Do you know who Tabitha Caldwell is?
Nope, don't know that name.
Maybe the bald man is Nyarlathotep.
I don't want to ask him about that. So, the Pyre dealers. It's a man and a woman, right?
Yeah, dude's a big bald guy. I'll never forget his face. Creepy motherfucker.
Creepy how?
I don't know, man. He was intense. You know, not looking at you, but through you? Like I was a thing, not a person.
What about the woman?
I just caught a quick glimpse of her. She wore a hood. Saw some pretty nasty scars, though. Something seriously fucking bad happened to that chick.
She had scars? On her face?
Yeah, on one side. Melted skin, like from burns, acid, or some shit like that.
Damn. Got any more details on this couple? You know, what they were wearing or what they looked like?
Both white people.
Of course.
She didn't seem too old, like your age maybe. Dressed in all black. I guess she wasn't too girly, you know. What's the word for it when you're in between?
Androgynous?
Yeah, androgynous, that's what she was.
Got it. And what about the man?
In his 40s or so. Bald head, big black eyebrows, brown eyes, and like I said, intense fucking energy. Major big bad wolf vibes coming off that dude.
All right. Thanks.
The bald man. And the scarred woman.
So, what's your deal, FaZe?
Me? Well, you know, just another street dog trying to get by.
Yeah? How's that going for you?
Well, fuck, not great. But I mean, could be worse. At least it's summer soon.
I see. Have you been making graffiti long?
Forever. The FaZe always loved drawing, even as a kid. Art was probably the only subject I ever passed.
I don't want to show that to him.
And we'll just go down the line.
I don't want to show that. I don't want to... What do you know about scrying?
Huh?
Never mind.
Okay, nothing about that.
I don't want to...
What's up with this little rainbow thing?
Oh, just an unprompted gift from this new age girl I met. I don't want to show that to him. Hey, have a look at this. Do you recognize any of these men?
Oh?
Oh, fuck! That's him! The tall, bald guy!
You sure? The man called Vic?
200%. That's the pyre dealer.
Well then, I guess it's time to go visit the ranger station.
So was that the dude who, like, went into the cabin? Who had the kind of the creepy voice? New location added. Okay, hell's bells.
I don't want to...
Oh, you're into the art of lockpicking, huh?
You could say that. I've been finding myself picking a lot of locks lately.
Sounds like I'm not the only one with a knack for finding trouble.
I don't want to...
Yo, get that thing away from me!
Sorry, couldn't resist.
I
You
knew.
clearly ain't ever been tased. Shouldn't wave that around all casual like that.
That's an interesting graffiti you've got there.
Badass, isn't it? It's my tribute to Pyre, the best hit I ever had.
The eye. That's what you saw?
Yeah, the eye of the universe staring back at me.
You seem like the kind of guy who knows some tricks to get quick money, am I right?
Why, you looking for a gig?
Not quite that desperate yet. Gutsy move. Spraying graffiti like this when the shop's open and all?
That's the FaZe, baby. Always living on the edge.
Are you a regular customer here at the pawn shop?
Nah, when I need a fence, I got my own guy on the other side of town.
I don't want to ask him about that. You smoke?
Tobacco? Fuck no. That shit kills people.
I have some friends that are just like that. Okay. So I think that should be it.
I'll let you get back to your tag.
Peace out.
All right, I think that's everything he knows.
Yeah, but if we go into the brochure, yeah, tall, bald-headed guy.
Hiding in plain sight, this guy.
Interesting. All right, well, we definitely got a big tip here. We'll see what happens when we head to the ranger station, hopefully in the next episode. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. That'd be a big help. I will see you next time. Later days, everyone.